to dating. Initially, it's fun. As you start to get more serious about certain people you date, then the fun kind of alleviates to stress. And then when you get serious with someone, you start to think about the future and you want to lock them up. You want to marry them. You want to make them your permanent boyfriend or girlfriend. And so house shopping is, again, initially, you're just dating around, you're looking around, very fun. Then you get a couple homes that are very much a suitor. They fit you. And you start to get serious, and then you logical stability. I could tell you, as a nomad, full-time nomad, there is value in psychological stability in owning a home. I think there's psychological value in selling a home and maybe being a nomad for a season of your life, or renting a season of your life to alleviate the pressure of home ownership. But as a nomad, you're always thinking about when your campground stay is up, where do you go next? As a renter, you're always thinking about when your lease is up, what do you do next? And you're never settled. And psychologically, that's a struggle. Maybe not initially, but over a period of time. Good to see you, Andre. And I'm struggling with that now after 5 years on the road. The first couple years of being on the road, guys, were complete relief. And I wasn't even home shopping because I wasn't where I wanted to live. I wasn't in Florida. Good to see you, Murdoch. And now that I've settled in and I've been home shopping, I go through this pattern. I've been getting better, okay, because I've been honing in more. I've learned a lot home shopping. I've took my time. When in doubt, don't buy. And I get through another day without a house. I say I got through another day without a house, and that's surviving. But then I say to myself, Sam, could your day be more pleasant now that you're settled, where you would psychologically have a home base and you wouldn't have this anxiousness in your mind? Again, initially, I had no anxiousness in my mind because positioning in an area I want to live in, having a small footprint. I want the relief of finding a place to park, of making reservations at a campground, I want some stability. There's a price to pay for that, but you can find things below your means. I have. There was one home base I've been looking at recently. It's below my means. It's a little bit away from the beach. Because, to home shop, you have to do a lot of research. And as you do research, it's like you're going on more dates. A date is research. Every question is research. And so reading the HOA meeting minutes, talking to the neighbors, that's research. So you do all this work. And then you get more serious. And then psychologically, if you don't lock that thing up, if you don't go forward with that thing, to step away from that thing, to let that thing go, that's psychologically damaging. I feel psychologically damaged every time I get close to buying a property and I have to let it go. Now, some reasons are so severe that I don't feel bad because the property just don't make sense. But I usually don't get that serious with a property if it doesn't have a lot of value and it doesn't make a certain level of sense. I've been asking God to help me. I curse God sometimes, but I can't deny that I try to use all the science, all the knowledge, all the wisdom I can. I stepped away from a couple properties because of wisdom. I stepped away from a couple properties because of a feeling. I'm looking for harmony. I'm looking for science to marry emotion. You need both. I thought about that today. I want to struggling with this decision. I have a property that I fully feel good about. I'm inspired to pull up to it. It's below my means. It looks good. I love the lot. Like, dating someone and you are excited to see them. And it's not a bad decision. There's no major red flags, but there's a couple issues that could be a problem. And there's another property that is still below my means, costs a little more. The community is a lot more established. There's less problems. But I'm not inspired pulling up to the property. And I've been thinking about like the movie Notebook, okay, a very traumatic movie for all my romance people. It's when this girl was indecisive. She didn't know if she should choose the reliable man who made good money, but she wasn't really inspired by it. She stopped painting because and the man treated her good. He wasn't abusive, but she wasn't inspired. She lost all her creativity. I want to tell you, you know you're in the wrong relationship when you lose your creativity. I want to repeat that, and please, if you understand that, say amen in the live chat, click the thumbs up. You know you are with the wrong person when you lose all creativity. Creativity is an abundance of inspiration and joy. Mediocrity, even with stability, even with a good financial return, if something doesn't inspire you, it's hard to justify it. Now, you don't want to just follow your spirit without science, because that's how you'll end up financially and long-term emotionally led astray. You got to have some wisdom. You got to have some wisdom. But the balance is tough. The balance is tough. Wisdom and emotion, wisdom and inspiration. I tell you, mentally, I feel so much at pain because I'm not at peace. I'm struggling psychologically that I really don't want to stay on the road. I really don't want to buy a property. You know, and I'm really just at this crossroads. And when you're stuck, there's nothing worse because, you know, thank God that I'm able to keep good habits and keep pushing myself. But when you don't feel at peace, you lose momentum. But all I can tell you, guys and girls, we're going to go all live comments, is that decisions in life, dating, purchases, have value and they have consequence. You have to learn to let go, but you also have to learn, I don't know, you know, I don't even know what to say, you know, I'm lost for words. But I'm just sharing with you what I'm going through. Hopefully it helps in some way. Let's go to all live comments. Andre, good to see you. Murdoch, good to see you. Louisa, good to see you. Hey, what's up, Louisa? Malvano, what's up, brother? Home owner is only good when you pay off the home. Yeah, all the options I'm looking at are fitting that criteria for the most part. I do worry that, you know, you got to be careful that, you know, you don't get totally priced out of the market. But yeah, no, I agree. You got to have something below your means. Valan, what's up? I was on the live stream. You were killing it. Thank you for being in my live stream. It was awesome. I appreciate it. You're doing a great job. Keep pushing forward. Good to learn more about your story. Shout out to you. Murdoch, God help us all. You know it. God continue to forgive, cherish, and bless you and your family. I appreciate that. Thank you, Murdoch. Same to you. Thumbs up. Appreciate that. Steve. Never fall in love with property because it won't love back. Enjoy your thought process, Sam. Keep up the good work until you get there. Yeah, thank you, Steve. It's tough, you know. I mean, a property, I guess it loves you back by having a place to go, providing stability, possibly providing an appreciation and value. You got to live somewhere. You got to park somewhere. I definitely know stealth parking for me is the exception, not the rule anymore. I've outgrown that. I feel like at this point in my journey, it's too much risk. It's not enough reward. And I don't feel at peace. I'm not going to work all day, be up early, and then not have a settled place to go that's peaceful and quiet. In the beginning, I was willing to deal with that, and I didn't have a problem with it. But I am like the 25-year-old inspirational nomad that was getting out of the strip clubs, getting out of hanging out. You know, that it's just that season is over. Gently moving. Get some peace, man. Rent a 1-bedroom. Don't want to rent 15 minutes from the beach. Now, I don't want to live in someone else's space. You're the perfect candidate. I don't want to live in someone else's space. Don't want to be in someone else's house. Renting at a campground is enough for me. That's fine. I'm staying at campgrounds. I'm renting a parking space, and that's fine with me. AR6. Hey, how is everyone? Good to see you, AR. Louisa, I feel your pain tonight. Thank you. I too struggling to get peace of mind. Can't get past certain decisions. Mind won't let me rest. I feel you, Louisa. Aaron, hit that thumbs up. Aaron, love to you. Valen was talking about you and the story about feeding your son. She was sharing that she also has a son, similar age, around 23, that she brings food to. And so, a mother's love is a blessing, and we appreciate that. And again, anyone still in their 20s still needs support and love. As you get into your 30s, you become more independent, you know yourself better, and then so on and so forth. So, again, life, it's tough, but I tell you, I get to a certain point where, like I said, God, just help me get to this next level. I do all the work because I don't ignore the work. Some people just call on the Lord, and I'm not mad at them. But I try to do the work. I try to do my part. And God's given me opportunities, so I don't want to act like there's not opportunities. But nothing is perfect. And for me, again, buying property and home shopping is like dating. Once you decide to buy, it's like deciding to get married. It's a big decision. And it's tough. Very tough, so. But we'll figure it out. But I'll share with you as I go. And because that's the best thing I can do. Every part of the journey has a different experience psychologically. Again, in the beginning of the journey of not having a home, in the beginning of the journey, when you first buy a home ever, it's exciting because you want your own place. After you own a home for several times, maybe become middle-aged or an empty nester, selling your house or downsizing is a blessing from the Lord because you need to relieve some of that stress psychologically. And then for years, renting or nomading, psychologically, you could also miss some level of stability. And this is part of the struggle. Aaron, brought him food and took him lunch today. That's awesome. He was smiling and joking by the time I left. I'm glad I did. Thumbs up. He was embarrassed his dishes weren't done. That's all right. I told him I wasn't there to be judged, just mom. Amen, says the Yacht Club. Good job, Aaron. Good job. Yep. Everyone's got a story. Everyone's got a struggle. Okay. Everyone, a lot of people have worse problems. Of course, you always see on the news all the different stuff that goes on in the world. A lot of that is theater. Some of it's reality. Some of it's political theater. So all I can tell you in life, focus on what you can control. Okay. And, it's tough because you can control to make a decision to change your life. As you get older, you become more cautious because how many times are you going to make these decisions? When you're young, you're a little bit more bold because, you got the time and you got the wherewithal to go back and forth a little bit. Okay. Should you ever get married a second time? In my opinion, no, but I'm thinking about buying a property a second time. Is that the same thing? Well, everyone's different because I know people that married a couple times again and they're happy. They say they're happy, so I don't know. You go back to that thing that everyone has a different story. So what may work for me may not work for you. What may not work for you may not work for me. And this is where in life there is no exact science. I may say never get married again, but that doesn't mean, you got to decide that for you because who knows what makes you tick. You may say never buy a property again, but psychologically, I don't know. There's a give and a take. I see both sides of the coin. Aaron, beautiful sunset behind you. We're in Florida. I'll tell you, every time I leave South Florida, I say, Sam, why would you even consider staying on the road? There's no place better. And I say, God help me. Because I've had the luxury to be in Florida and have to leave it Initially, because I couldn't stay here, I could only visit. I had to wait for a job transfer. Then with the pandemic, because I didn't have a home base, but also because I didn't know where the country was going to go, I had an elderly mother. I said, well, but that taught me a lesson. One is I love my mother, but it taught me that everyone needs their space and you got to live your life. Call your mom every day, visit her once in a while, but she needs her space. And you have to do what you got to do for your life. You know, buying a property miles, thousands of miles away from your family is tough. You know, if you have family you care about, my mom would be it. Because it's like a permanent separation. It feels like it psychologically, but it's not. So, all I can tell you guys is I showed up again, and I'm still home shopping, and I'm still struggling again with this part of my journey. And I'm almost like begging the girl to hit on me, begging the house to give me so many signs that I'm like, all right. You know, this is the game you play with yourself psychologically. You know, you're like, lie to me. I want you to lie to me. You know, you don't want to let go. Announcer. Got through another day. Excellent comment. One day at a time. Excellent comment. Excellent comment. Excellent comment, brother. All right, guys and girls. 20 minutes. That's all I got. I believe I read all the live comments. I hope this live feed came in clear because I saw some lag on my laptop. But I showed up. I did the best I could. I'm praying for you. I'm hoping that, you know, everyone's life they're able to get through as healthy and as positive as possible. I'm praying for myself while doing the work. Why do I pray? Well, hey guys, look, to me, it's like anything I can use to try to make my situation better and try to make me a better person, try to give me better opportunity, I'm going to do. So if I feel that faith can help a little bit in my life, it has helped. And so, you know, it does get a little tougher as you get older. But, you know, what can you do? You know, you try to stay positive. You try to keep the faith. Okay. Aaron, thanks for showing up. Sam, thank you for all your positive comments. Thank you for your support. AKA Crazy Link. Live feed came in great. Thank you for that feedback. Thank you for that feedback. And I want to say this before I close. Good to see you, Stan. When you go through a breakup, you got to step back for a minute. When you have a house that's a contender and you let it go, step back for a minute. Don't rush into another relationship. Don't rush into another investment. Don't rush into another house. Why? Because you got to give your spirit and your mind time to process that hurtful separation. Will you go back? Should you go back to a property that you thought you were going to commit, but you decided not to? Again, there's no exact science. You know, what was the reason you stepped away? There's always a reason you stepped away. What are the risks? What are the rewards? What's your daily routine look like if you go back to that? Can you go back to it? Is it still available? Can you accept the flaws? Can you accept the imperfections? You know, the nomad life, I guess you have to deal with aggravation, but you're not accepting anything permanent. Or at least not a long-term commitment. Now, I'm probably what you consider a short-term investor. Is that wisdom? Well, they say wisdom is long-term investment. And I could say statistically that proves out, data-wise. How much pain can you endure, though? How much struggle psychologically? You got to mitigate some risk. You got to have a level of balance. And you got to know yourself. Melvano, praying that the right situation happens for you, Sam. I appreciate that, man. You are deserving. Well, I'm thankful. I do try to be cautious using the word deserving. Sometimes we probably deserve less or more. But I thank you, Melvano, for your positive comments and support. I truly appreciate that. Murdoch, thanks, Sam. Peace and God bless. Same to you. I appreciate that. All right, guys and girls, thank you again for watching. I appreciate you. Thank you to all my members. Thank you to everyone who clicked thumbs up. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.